Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Wall Tutorials. I am GoTGZ, and in this video I want to go over souls for beginners. There's actually a lot to do with souls in this particular game because there's so many of them. So pretty much over 1,000 of them. I want to actually make a a beginning guide to actually souls in this particular game. So yeah, the souls of the various monsters in Dragon Quest Walk are going to be one of the most important items that you will be able to get in the game. So souls can be allocated on characters to boost their basic stats, weapons, spell damage, resistances, and give them skills. So the soul colors related to the basic class are the basis of which the upper tier characters are based on. So by looking at them, we can see what stats are going to be the most effective for specific classes. So in regards to the souls, there are going to be five different colored souls. So the original basic classes, warrior, priest, martial artist, mage, and thief, are affiliated with a specific soul color, which is in most cases increases the basic stats that are best for that class. In regards to the dancer and the jester basic classes, they were added just before the first anniversary event, and they have two different soul color affiliations. So pretty much starting right over here, this is going to be a warrior. So the warrior is going to pretty much be affiliated with the yellow soul color, and yellow soul colors are going to give you are going to actually be good for max HP, strength, and durability. Then here, this is going to be your priest, so they're going to they're affiliated with the green soul. So pretty much this is going to increase your max MP and also your healing power. Then over here, we're going to have the martial artists. Martial artists are associated with the red souls. So red souls are going to give you stats in max HP, strength, agility, and also dexterity as well. Then over here, we're going to have the mage. Mages are going to give you or going to be associated with the purple souls. So purple souls will increase your max MP and also your magic power. And then pretty much here we have a thief. So thief is going to be associated with the blue soul. So blue souls are going to pretty much increase your agility and dexterity pretty much in the beginning, but later on in the game you actually do see them give boost to other stats very similar to the yellow souls. And then right over here we're going to have a dancer. So dancers are going to actually be related to blue and green souls. So that's going to be related to strength, healing power, and agility. Then over here, this is going to be a jester. So jester is going to be purple and blue associated, going to increase strength, durability, and dexterity. So those are going to be the souls for this particular or these particular basic classes. So for the basic classes, they all have 3 soul slots, as you just saw. 2 slots for the color that they are associated with, and 1 slot in which one colored soul can be allocated to. So slotting in a soul of the same color will give you a 1.2 increase to the basic stats of the souls. So for example, if I go back to my jester here, so here I have blue and I have purple, but I don't have a lot in terms of soul cost. So I'm going to do something just very simple. Here I'm going to be equipped with the, let's see, that's going to be the ocean whip. So I want purple along with, let's see, purple and blue, S or S star, and here I want Kato related. So here, going to start here, and then let's see, I can actually, let's see, Hawk Blizzard, I believe, is actually not going to be good here, mainly because it's actually going to give me, not in terms of spell damage, but it's going to give me things in terms of weapon damage. So here I actually want to go spells, and then here, let's see, so here this actually only gives me spell damage, But here, actually, this one, most recently we had the Tropical Dragon, Drago, so that actually gives you Hado spell damage, so that's actually pretty good to have on here. Then here for blue, in terms of blue cost souls, or blue souls, actually I don't think I have blue on. So actually I do have blue on. The problem is that I don't have I had spells on. So here, for example, for blue souls, you want to find something that's going to give you just Hado damage. So for example, Great Dragon gives me plus 14 to Hado damage, so that would actually work here like that. But since here you can actually see that each of these souls have kind of like an aura to them, that means they are actually specifically slotted for that soul and are going to give you the 1.2 increase to the basic stats of that soul. So for example, if I go ahead and put a blue soul in here, you're going to see it's not radiating like the blue soul over here. So you want to actually put souls specifically with what color they are going to be, or what color is actually allocated for that particular slot. But the rainbow soul here can actually, any soul can actually be used. So yellow, red, green, blue, and purple. So besides that, in regards to your advanced classes, which I will switch to right now. So the advanced and special classes have 4 soul slots in which souls will be allocated to, and some of the souls slots are 2 colored. So for example, right over here I have a sage. So the sage, what you need is you're going to actually need a mage and a priest in order to create a sage. So in this case, you can see the sage soul slots are going to be purple and green, pretty much the colors associated with the mage and also the priest. And then it's going to have 1 soul slot that is going to be rainbow colored. So in terms of soul slotting here, for a sage, so since the sage is going to be purple or green, it can be a healer or it can be an offensive magic user. So in this case, since this is using the angel rod, I actually want to have it as a healer. So going over sorting the souls here, like this, and you can see here, I'm going to go ahead. Now you see that it's radiating, so that means that the soul is actually slotted for there. So pretty much in this case, like I said, the basic classes, you will get a 1.2 increase to the basic stats of the souls, but for the advanced and special classes, you will actually get 1.3 increase to the basic stats of the allocated souls. So that's actually a good way of increasing the stats very slightly. But now what I want to do is go over the most common ways of acquiring souls, which is going to be through various types of battles that you do in the game. So here I have my team of dragons, my current leveling team. So pretty much in terms of a battle, the battles that you're actually going to be able to get souls are going to be 4 types. So you're going to have regular field battles that you actually encounter here on the field. You're going to have elite enemies like this one right here. You're going to have Hokuras, which are going to be on the fields like right over here, as you can see one right there. And then you're going to actually have mega monsters, which actually there are actually none right here on the field, but you've actually seen me do plenty of battles with those before. So in terms of the field battles, most of the souls that you require in the game are going to be from field battles. So in this case, let's see, just going right here. So while many of the mobs have monsters whose souls you will most likely not use, the rare and very rare monsters that appear on the field will have souls that have good stats and abilities. So depending on the level of your characters or the main story quest that you're on, the field mob enemies will change. So for example, my team is currently not in a specific quest, or actually they are in quest They're actually in quest 14, I believe. So we're questing in quest 14. So in this case, if you look here, I'm actually at the last one, so the recommended level here is going to be 50. So now, if I was not questing in this at all, not questing in any quest at all, if you look at my average level of my team, it's going to be 57, 55, 55, 55. Since the max is going to be 50, that's what it's going to actually be for what's coming out on the field. So, while the common enemy souls don't do much for me, the rare and very rare monster souls are useful depending on the class that you want to use with it. So in terms of the level 50 quests, the two biggest or two rare enemies here are going to be the Snow Elder and the Cyclops. So going real quick over here to souls. So right here, so this is going to be the Snow Elder. So if you're looking here at the basic stats, in this case, it's going to give you plus 136 to your max HP, plus 83 to your max MP, plus 95 to your strength, plus 92 to your durability, and then also plus 118 for both your agility and also your dexterity. So pretty much for this particular green soul, is probably going to be best on a character that has a green slot but is also going to be a fighter. So something like a paladin or a guardian, that would actually work well with this particular soul, or even also a superstar. This would actually work quite well. And then if you're looking at the stats here, or not the stats but the abilities, you're going to have plus 7% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 7% to Dorma weapon and physical technique damage, plus 7% to buggy resistance, and plus 7% to knockdown resistance. Then the other rare enemy for this particular quest is, or I should say for this particular area of the game, is going to be right here. This is going to be the Cyclops. So Cyclops is going to be a blue soul. So like I said, usually max HP, max strength, and then also going to be agility and also dexterity. So you can see here 117 max HP, 128 to strength, 157 to your agility. So that's actually number one in terms of souls. That's actually the highest agility of any soul in the game. And then 144 dexterity. Then for the actual abilities, so very good, plus 10% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 10% to buggy and weapon and physical technique damage, plus 10% to meta resistance, plus 10% to lowered attack powered resistance. So you can also have soul chance spots on the field that will feature different monsters. So that's also another way of getting monsters souls on the field. So that would be, for example, right over here, this particular spot. So you can actually see that this is going to be a Shadow Knight. So in this case, if you go to this particular spot on the field, you will encounter this monster, and with this particular one, you are going to be guaranteed a soul. In this case, it's going to be a yellow soul. So it has this timer on with the amount of time that's going to be left on the field. There's also another type of spot like this on the field that's going to be slightly different. In this case, it's going to actually have a high soul chance, which in this case, it's usually an enemy that's going to be possibly rare, I believe, but you're not actually guaranteed the actual soul from that monster if you fight in this particular battle. But definitely those are actually ways of getting souls in this particular game. So next I want to go over is going to be elite enemies. So you can see this one right here. So pretty much elite enemies appear on the field as icons and are going to be more difficult to defeat than your average field mob, depending on the level you are challenging at. At level 1, it's actually not going to be that bad. The souls from elite enemies will be more valuable than most of the field mob enemies and usually give up some type of damage boost, either to specific attributes or specific enemy type. You're not always going to be guaranteed an elite enemy soul if you defeat one in battle. So if I go to this battle right here, so if I get a soul, let's see what happens. Most likely not. And even if I don't necessarily need it. But pretty much here with elite enemy battles, if you have a support characters on, they will automatically go into this battle with you. In this case, I did get a soul, and here I get a D soul, which is pretty much the most common soul that you will get from a battle. So then next, after that, you're going to have your Hokura. So Hokura are going to be on the field and will vary from level. So pretty much, for example, right over here, let's see, I can tap on it. For example, this is going to be a Hokura that I actually do, that's in my vicinity. So with Hokura, successfully clearing a Hokura will guarantee you the soul of the Hokura ruler here. So for example, this will actually be Gerunik. But there is an exception to this in terms of the soul, and that is going to be with the Metal Slime Hokura. You will not always be getting a soul from that particular Hokura. So the Metal Slime Hokura will have a similar drop rate as pretty much, I would say, the elite enemy battles. So currently with the level 30 Hokura rulers, I don't see, actually, let's see, right over here. So level 30 Hokura rulers, currently these are actually past elite enemies. So also current elite enemies are also Hokura rulers themselves, which are more challenging than the actual elite enemy battle itself. So pretty much Tomohager does actually have his own Hokura, but he started out as an elite enemy first before getting his own Hokura. Then besides that, Hokura ruler souls are some of the best souls in the game, especially the higher level ones, which usually give boost to skill attacks, healing, resistances, and depending on the soul's color, of course. So pretty much the current highest Hokura is going to be the Rengoku Macho. I've actually gone over that on my channel, so you can take a look at that video if you would like. Then after that, we're going to have Mega Monsters. So Mega Monsters are going to have be the strongest enemies in the game and will yield you the best souls in the game. So I don't have any Mega Monsters that you can see here on the field, but you've seen me do plenty of if you've watched my channel, especially recently, you have seen me do Mega Monster battles. So pretty much with the Mega Monster battles, let's see, many souls that I have over here from Mega Monster battles. So pretty much Mega Monster battles, after clearing the Mega Monster battle, you are guaranteed its soul. Then for Mega Monsters, Hokura rulers, and elite enemies, after receiving their soul, you have a chance of getting an additional soul after watching an advertisement. So in one of my previous videos battling Ganasadai, so this particular soul right here, I had this particular occurrence and was able to get a higher grade soul than the first one I received. So while battling monsters in various battles in this is the most common way to get souls, there are also going to be other methods in which you can acquire them. So one thing, if you are starting out in Dragon Quest Walk, don't be too discouraged about the Mega Monsters. Just keep pretty much try to fight the mega monsters that are going to be closest to your level. So that's going to be, for example, the dragon or the golem. So don't worry too much about trying to go for the higher level ones unless you can piggyback off of other people who are actually a lot stronger than you are. But yeah, besides that, like I said, there are going to be other methods in which you can actually get souls in this game, and in this case that's going to be in the exchange right over here. So in Dragon Quest Walk you actually have a special section in the exchange specifically for purchasing souls. So the soul exchange, which is right over here, is going to be right here. The soul exchange requires you to have one of 3 different currency types in order to purchase souls or items that will yield you souls. So the first of these currencies is going to be the Killer Zone Medal. So this particular item right here. So Killer Zone Medals can be received by defeating Killer Machine and Killer Machine Type 2 enemies after activating a Killer Zone on the field. So Killer Zone is actually, you probably saw it right in this video, it's actually right next to me. So this is going to be a Killer Zone. If I go ahead and activate this, the Killer Machine Type 2 and Killer Machine 2 will appear on the field, and I will, or appear, well, the Killer Machines will appear on the field, and then the Killer Machine Type 2 will randomly come after I defeat enemies. So pretty much to have access to this, a Killer Zone, you must be questing in Main Story Quest 13 chapter or above. Only then will the Killer Zone spots appear on the field just like this. So defeating a number of Killer Machines and Killer Machine Type 2s will earn you Killer Zone medals. So pretty much going back over here in terms of the Killer Zone medals, right over here. So you can see here that medals, in this case, defeating a number of Killer Machines and Killer Machine Type 2s will earn you Killer Z medals, and 25 Killer Zone medals will allow you to purchase a Killer Zone box. So for each box you open, you will get the soul of a Killer Machine Type 2, but it will be of a random grade. So I actually do have enough to purchase a box, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I will actually show you right over here what that's going to look like. So here I have a Killer Machine box, so I'm going to go ahead and open it. And in this case, I get a, actually that's not bad. I got actually B soul of the Killer Machine too. That's if you really need the soul for this particular enemy. Then besides the Killer Machine medals, there's actually going to be other currency for getting souls as well. So again, like I said, that's going to be for Main Story Quest chapter 13 and above. So if you're not that high, don't worry too much about it. Eventually you will get there. But the next one, next currency is going to be these little markers right here. So right here, so these are going to be the Elite Enemy Soul Exchange tickets, or EESETs or assets. So pretty much assets are received by completing various quests and missions in the game, and as the name implies, are used for purchasing elite enemy souls like the Killer Zone medals. So assets are used in the soul exchange portion of the exchange, and as you can see from this list, you can actually purchase the souls of these elite enemies. So also I believe these can actually be purchased in the casino. So let's go over and check the casino real quick right over here. So the casino has its own exchange, and you can actually purchase, I believe, you can purchase these down at the bottom. Yes, right here. So here you can actually purchase the assets. So if you go and look here, there's actually, in this case, there's no limit to the amount that you can buy. So as long as you actually have the gold, or the not the gold, but the win coins for it. So that would actually be no problem. So if I hit the max amount I could purchase 121 of these tickets in order to get elite enemy tickets, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But definitely you can do that by going to the casino and pretty much playing the game, so slots and also mahjong. So that will actually get you some play coins, also doing numbers as well. So now going back over to the exchange, there's more things that we need to go over in regarding the assets. So, or the E sets, I should say. So, pretty much you can see here that all the souls that you will be able to purchase are going to be A grade souls, and they will range from 3 to 5 in terms of the number that you can buy. So you can see 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. If you go down the list, you'll actually get some that are going to be 3 and also 4 as well. So, okay, so yeah, for example, the Hell Jurassic here, that's going to be 4. Then let's see, if you go down even further, again, another 4. For the Snow Dragon, that's actually going to be a 3. The Ice Golem, that's going to be 3. Hell Battler, that's going to be a 3. So those are actually the number of souls that you would actually need to actually create the S grade soul. And then the cost of these is going to vary. So you can see some of these are going to cost 100 E-sets to actually purchase. Some are going to cost 200 to purchase. So pretty much this is a very good way to acquire souls if you don't have any. If you have these, definitely what you want to do is take a look. If you want to see the stats of these particular souls, all you have to do is go ahead and tap on it, and you can actually see the actual stats. So if the stats look good for one of your characters, definitely try it out. Purchasing all the number of them. So in this case, the Kirisaki Piero purchased 4 of these, creates 1 S grade. So that's actually something that you might actually want to do depending on this type of soul that you are looking for. So pretty much also again with this, if once you have purchased the souls that are available for stock and for the elite enemies that you've selected, you will like they will actually be gone. They will not restock. It will like pretty much just be completely gone as long as you play the game with the account that you're playing on. Then after that, you're going to actually have different purchases as well, and those are going to be right here. So these are actually going to be gold purchases. So these particular souls are for rare enemies on the field that you will only be able to purchase them once, though. You can see that the capacity is only 1, so they're going to range in cost of gold. So for example, 75,000, 50,000, 25,000, 25,000, 75,000, and also going to range in terms of the actual soul grade. So for example, you have B's, you have C's, you have A's. Those are going to be the 3 that you actually get. So this is good for getting souls that you can combine with other ones that you might have of the same monster. So if you really need that let's see, this C grade soul for a killer machine to make it into a B, and then that B can become an A, and then that A can go to S, then this is a good way to do it. So again, once you purchase it, then it's actually gone. So you can see down, if I go down at the bottom, I've actually purchased a lot of these souls already. So besides that, so that's going to be it for the soul exchange. Then next after that, we're going to actually have the treasure maps. So the treasure maps were added to the game for the 4th anniversary event and have been very effective. So right over here, pretty much effective way of getting souls of monsters, well, especially rare ones and elite enemies. So pretty much a lot of also enemies that you might have a hard time getting as well. So that's going to include enemies that you can only get, for example, in the Journeys of Awakening. For example, the Bloodstained Saber, that's actually one of them. Then also Mohicant and what's the other ones? Mohicant and oh man, I forgot the name of the other character, but yeah, so pretty much characters from that area of the game. So in this case, there are a few ways for getting treasure maps, but you won't know the souls that you will be able to get from them until you have actually purchased the map. So, in the case of the treasure maps, you will be able to create them yourself in Arakundes Walk. So, pretty much right over here, Arakundes Walk. So, actually, I just actually created a soul about an hour ago. So, you can see here that I generated a soul and I actually started creating the new one. So pretty much the way the soul or the treasure map that's generated is actually going to depend a lot on these three things right here. So pretty much the same things that you actually get from doing mileage points. So pretty much the number of recovery spots you've tapped, the number of battles you've been in, and then also the number of steps that you have taken in a 72-hour period. So while you'll be able to create treasure maps yourself, you'll also be able to have access to other players' maps by going to Rika's Inn. So actually I can't actually get to Rika's Inn right now. The closest one is actually right over there is the closest one to me, but I'm out of range, completely out of range. But pretty much going to Rika's Inn, you'll be able to register the current map that you are sharing, the monster companion team that you are sharing for the battle against other players, and also the support character that you have registered at Luida's Inn. So going back over here to the treasure map function of the game, so you can see here there are going to be a couple of different things. So I mentioned before the map that you're sharing, so that can actually be found right over here. So you can actually go ahead and change the map that you want to share. Then besides that, you can go ahead and also you can actually take a look at other maps that you actually have access to by sharing your information at Nuida's Tavern. So pretty much that can be found right over here. So all these are people that you have gone or have met through the actual inn and are sharing their actual maps. So these are ones that you actually want to go ahead and take a look at. So pretty much a lot of these enemies are going to be uh, elite. Some of these will be rare enemies. Some of these will be elite enemies. Some of these will be enemies that are going to be unique to treasure maps. So, for example, this boss right here, that's going to be Kokuryu Maru. So, that's actually unique to this particular treasure map, to the treasure map function of the game. There are also going to be other ones as well. So, pretty much there's going to be another type of treasure map, which is going to be the regional treasure map. So regional treasure maps are going to, you can only actually get them if you're at Rika's Inn. So if you go, you register right next to the registration button, there's going to be a button and you can take a look at maps there. So they're going to actually look a lot like the regional maps will look pretty much like this. So these green ones here. So these are actually going to be very unique because they will get you the soul of a unique boss that can only be found by completing these treasure maps. So the souls are definitely worth it, and they are going to be all different types of levels. I have actually gone over 2 of the souls that you can actually get from the regional maps on the channel already. Then also by defeating some of the lower grade maps, you'll be able to turn treasure soul pearls for specific monster souls, mega monster souls, I should say, that are, but they're going to be lower level monster grade souls. So I actually was able to do the Dragon S Star grade soul on my channel, so that actually did work out. So here you can actually see here for the regional maps, these are also going to be very unique because they allow you to have or battle against monsters that are not in your region. So not a whole lot of people can actually go around and travel around Japan and defeat monsters specific to regions. So this gives you a very good chance of fighting those monsters and getting their souls as well. So now with pretty much with this function alone, I now have been able to get almost all of the field enemies. So I have only one more to actually go through. Then besides that, another way of getting souls is going to be, you can actually see right now, you can actually they're going to be, let's see, one right over here. Let's see, can I tap on that one? Okay, I can't tap on that, but let's see, looks like I can't really tap on them. Nope. Okay, so you can actually see right over here. So this is going to be a rare monster chance. So rare monster chances are also another good way of getting souls. So right here we're in the current rare monster chance. So I actually did go over this or touch upon it a little bit on in a recent video. So like the name implies, you'll be able to get the souls of rare monsters from this and will have easy access to them. So for rare monster chances, 2 different rare monsters will appear on the field in various spots for a 3-day period. Going to where the monster is, you will be able to battle it by itself. You will battle it by itself, and defeating it will guarantee you their soul. While doing the rare monster chances is highly recommended, there are some things you must look out for. So the number of souls that you can get in one weekend is limited. So if you go over the number, or once you meet the number, the rare enemy will no longer appear on the field, and you'll have to wait until another weekend when the monster again appears. So also there are going to be conditions for having rare monsters appear during the rare monster chances. In this case, you have to have cleared up to certain points in main story quests of the game to have enemies appear. So again, I probably didn't mention it verbally, but I had it written down in the video. So right over here, so for this current rare monster chance, the Archdemon, for this to actually appear on the field, you need to have completed main story quest 10, chapter 10, and then for the Snowmoon main story quest chapter 2, chapter 10. So those are what you actually need to do to get them on the field. So the soul grade that you get at the end of the battle will with these enemies will be random, but I actually did get 2 S grades for the Snowmoon, which was enough for me to actually get my 4 set of 4. So now I don't need to worry about either of these particular monsters. Then besides that, in terms of getting souls, one is going to be actually not going to be one that you get very often. It's only going to be once per year. So pretty much you're going to have be able to get souls for anniversary events. So this is going to be a regular way of getting a soul during pretty much during the anniversary. So pretty much to celebrate the anniversary event in September, the developers allow you to complete quests in order to get special items, one of which allows you to get a free S-grade soul of a mega monster. Since there is so many souls to choose from, it may be hard to decide which one you want to get, which is why you should look at the soul stats and ability boosts carefully. So yeah, so actually for this past 4th anniversary event, the soul that I ended up choosing was for the dragon. So that, while that is a low cost souls, quite low, is one that I actually did not have. So I actually was glad that I got it, and I was actually able to upgrade it to the S star grade. So that actually did work out. So with that said, in terms of soul costs, our souls in general, that's pretty much it. In terms of allocating souls, if I go over here, you also want to go and check to see what souls actually might be better, so that than the ones that you have. So, for example, maybe here with this, um, I probably actually I can't do anything. Um, that's soul cost over. So, pretty much, I guess that's also something else. So you need to actually you are limited to the soul cost, which is going to be up here on the top left. So you want to actually be in this range. For me, this is going to be 570, but let's see if I take this off. So I'm at 556 out of 570, but the souls that I have on here are actually all very good. So let's see, one is a recent Mega Monster, one a Weather Hokura, and one is going to be the Killer Machine Type 2, and the other one is going to be um Bodygun of the Blue Skies. So that's actually not so bad, but you can see here they're all allocated to the spots that the color is required for. So well, in the case for dragons, they have two multicolored spots, and then one color spot for two yellow and blue, and then one spot for yellow. So pretty much that should be it in regards to souls in terms of acquiring them in the game. So definitely that's something that you should actually, the ways that I suggested are ways that you should actually look into, especially with the treasure maps. Those are actually really going to be very helpful, though it could take you some time to get the S grade soul up to S grade souls for certain souls, but I have gone over in detail about S grade souls, or not S grade souls, but treasure maps. I've made video on it before, so you can actually check that out in the top right corner here. So with that said, if you have questions about what I've covered in this video or something that I may have missed, please feel free to leave it down in the comments down below. So going to end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.